Wealth Radio Network. Caregiver Solutions Info with Marcia Teal. Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Talk 1470 AM and 95.3 FM WNN. The Money Talk Radio Network is WSBR Boca Raton, W280DU Boca Raton, and W245BC Lauderdale Lakes.
Would you like to have a whiter, brighter smile? Well, you can at JJ Dental for the month of March. In-office teeth whitening for just $250. The usual cost, $600. But for the month of March, just $250. Call and schedule your appointment today. 954-463-7262. 954-463-7262. Online, jjdentalpractice.com.
Want to lower your rate and payments, get rid of mortgage insurance, or get cash out? Find out about your best refinance options by tuning into the Get Mortgage Fit radio show with Alex Michaels and Carrie Kasem, Thursday afternoons from 1 to 2, where you'll learn everything you need to know about mortgage loans, today's rates, FHA, VA, and more. Call the Get Mortgage Fit show Thursday afternoons from 1 to 2 on WNN at 800-827-RATE, 800-827-RATE, or visit them online at newamericanfunding.com, NMLS 6606.
Would you like to start working from home? Then do what over 200,000 people have done. Take an investment class at Online Trading Academy. Online Trading Academy is a real brick-and-mortar classroom school that teaches people of all ages how income is made with stocks, options, futures, Forex, even Bitcoin. At Online Trading Academy, you learn techniques used by pro traders, banks, and institutions, and how they make money in up, sideways, and down markets. Learn how to pick how to time the market, and how to limit the risk on all trades with a patented rules-based strategy taught only at Online Trading Academy. If you're looking for a way to start working from home, do what over 200,000 students have done. Call now for a pair of tickets to a free half-day class in Broward or Palm Beach at Online Trading Academy, the leader in investment education. Call 954-668-2510. 954-668-2510. 954-668-2510.
Talk health. Talk wealth. Talk politics. Talk 1470 and 95.3 FM. WNN.
Does your child learn best when they see and experience information? Is your child smarter than indicated by your child's strengths and challenges? 3D Learner's individualized program for academic and athletic success will significantly improve reading comprehension, test scores, and self-esteem. Contact 3D Learner today for more information. Call 561-361-7495 to unlock your child's true potential. Visit us at 3dlearner.com or call 561-361-7495. Add that extra wow factor to your home or office wastebaskets with Designer Liners. Designer Liners will turn an everyday home item into the pinnacle of decor at an affordable price. Available in a variety of prints from polka dots, zigzags to paisley. Dare to dream bigger with custom designer liners for your charity fundraiser or a company logo. Reusable as basket decor liners or gift bags and made in the USA. Designer Liners will enhance any home or office. Get yours today at designerliners.com or wastebaskets.com. That's designerliners with an S.com.
In a perfectly imperfect world, you can eat the foods you love, lose weight, and be healthy. But what if I told you you can do just that? In fact, your diet should be perfectly imperfect by eating the foods you love and still achieving your health and wellness goals. I take the guesswork out of nutrition by giving you my simple and effective strategies so that you can live the healthy and happy life you will love using real food to get real results. Schedule your nutrition consultation today at 888-84-TAMMY or visit my website, TammyFogarty.com. Don't delay, get healthy today. 888-84-TAMMY.
Necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Well, it's 1 o'clock and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. The team is ready to serve you a huge portion of fun for lunch. So let's break open the lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought, take a seat in the Brooklyn Cafe, and get ready to enjoy the humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of feel-good and happy soup to help your day go by easier and enjoy your break with others around you. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or dream making. It's the feel-good food you need to help that bagel go down nice and smoothly. If you have a story to share, anything that happened at work or play, a movie review, a restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll-free 888-565-1470 right now. So sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe and let Dawn and Freddy S. get your happy juices flowing.
One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel.
Here we go. Welcome to all our friends in South Florida. Once again, part 2 of our 2-day show today.
You like that song?
I don't want to say this. I don't want to say nothing because people are going to think I'm making it up.
Now, what are you going to say?
I was going to play this song. When you said to me, pick a song for today, that's the song I was going to pick.
Really?
It's kind of scary. I don't want to say nothing.
Are we sharing a brain?
I don't know. But welcome to all our friends back, to those that have stayed with us in New York, Atlanta, Chicago, LA, San Francisco, even Hawaii now.
Even Hawaii now.
Even Hawaii now.
Morning. And especially all those families in South Florida, families and friends. Again, our hearts and prayers go out. And very serendipitously, we have 3D Learner with us today, who their children are alumni of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, and there was a national walkout today on schools for 17 minutes, and it was done through administration. Everything was done clean and legally. And again, we send our love and prayers to all of those families and everyone affected. I cannot even believe it's been a month. And that is why, Freddie, I picked that song, because it's one love. It's about being families. It's about being humanitarian. It's just about being human and kind to each other. Race, gender, it doesn't make a difference what you are. It's just one love. That's why I picked that song. Always hope.
Always hope.
Always hope.
And can I add something?
Of course.
The march on the 24th, I was at the meeting the other night where they're planning the one in Parkland. And this is really the start of something, not the culmination. It's the start of kids being proactive, trying to make the difference, register people to vote, get people out to vote, because that's what's really going to make the difference.
Well, you
March
know,
on March 24th.
It's really funny because today they marched, everybody left the buildings for 17 minutes and they came back. And there were schools around the country, and they warned the kids that there will be a price to pay if you do it. Now, not every school is in agreement with this. Not every student in the country is in agreement with this. There are some that they interviewed in Pennsylvania. They said that this is a good beginning, but there are bigger problems. You know, the bottom line is, if you're going to have a conversation, this is not resolving the conversations. This is just people trying to do what they can to get it done. So don't try to put this into a box and say, oh, you know, they're marching because. And don't look at it that way. Let's start a conversation. Let's begin to say, listen, we got a problem, and let's find ways to fix it.
You know, the amazing thing is, though, that these kids started the conversation, and in 3 weeks, things are moving. Whether you agree with the bill or not, it's moving. There is action. People aren't sitting still.
And I will say this, a tribute to the kids at Stoneman Douglas, to the alumni at Stoneman Douglas, and the parents, and also to Bob Runcie, the superintendent of schools in Broward County, who's been incredibly supportive in every manner, shape, and form.
So how long has he been superintendent? Do you know?
I'm going to say 5 years.
So since your kids have been in the Broward County school system.
Yeah, but what he's done is, if you go to his events, he has started teaching kids debating skills, chess skills, creativity, and how to be strong citizens and responsible young adults. And in this respect, I think he gets the highest marks I've ever seen of any superintendent.
And that's so much of what it is to be a kid. It's to know at the end of the day, your kids can read and write and do everything they need to do academically and function in the world, but they also need to be responsible adults. They need to be kind. You need to be giving. Everything that makes you whole. It's more than, as I say, reading, writing, and arithmetic. It's what makes you a whole, kind person and giving back.
It's true. And you know, the funny thing is that you guys are here today on the
It's a
day
little
of the
ironic.
walkout.
Right.
Totally ironic, because you were supposed to come last week and we
Right.
moved the date.
Things changed. We didn't even know they were going to do the walkout. I found out this morning when that was happening at 10 o'clock. That's ironic. We decided to launch the 12 to 1 today. Again, another ironic. And TEDx
TEDx said, we know
was on
3D
the set.
learner.
And they know you guys. Again, more ironic. This lady here is on the set. It's just ironic.
And also more ironic, which is what I also wanted to start, is that how ironic that today is the day that unfortunately Professor Hawking.
Yes,
Passed
Stephen
away.
Hawking.
I was
passed away.
Stephen
gonna
Hawking.
bring that because I saw the movie.
Right.
And Linda saw the movie, and Linda says, "But who is this?" So Linda, remember when we saw this movie? She said, "Oh, the movie, the brilliant guy." Yes, that's it.
So,
76.
Do we have a minute to
Yes,
second?
absolutely.
So here's a quote that actually was put out by, of all things, the Dyslexia Made, which is a group that talks about the positive things of learning differently. And it was about Professor Hawking, that remember to look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Try to make sense of what you see and wonder about what makes the universe exist. Be curious, and however difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. It matters that you just don't give up.
That's right.
Never give up. See, it's
And
always about
that's
hope.
So-
right?
all about
And a
hope.
future thought on that, if I could. On the TEDx Boca Raton site, there's a line from the president of MIT that said, innovation is the ability to transfer knowledge into progress.
Right, to do something.
And one of the things about the difference between 3D Learner and many other learning organizations is if you look at what they try to do, through drill and kill, they try to shut down the right side of the brain to make the reading process very efficient, meaning that you can read quickly and effectively, which when I was bar mitzvahed, I could do that extraordinarily well and had no clue what I was reading. We think at 3D Learner, it's the mission to actually capitalize on a kid's ability to visualize what they read and learn, because it both increases understanding and the ability to transfer that into practical solutions that'll change the world.
I have to say, I've really missed having you guys on set. I really have, because it gets away so much from my background in education. I love when you come back and it refocuses me. And I was thinking of you the other day. My son, as you all know, is in his first year law school. He's on spring break. So he comes home with this whole essay he's reading. And he's telling me how he doesn't agree with this paragraph and this paragraph. And he's reading it to me. I could not focus, and I was thinking of you because you do better when people read it to you, we talked about.
That's right.
And I said to him, I need to read it myself. I need to look at the words and understand it by
I'm the
reading
opposite.
it. And you would have totally understood him reading
Yeah.
it to you. And all I could do was think of you both in 3D Learner on how everyone learns differently. And as adults, we still probably learn the same way. But I needed to see it to understand it. And he kept taking it out of context. And I said, dude, agree or not agree?
Don't I have Evan about the school
You got it.
walkout?
Okay, thank you. Agree or not agree, you can't take it out of context and read it to me and expect me to understand what you're saying. I needed to see it.
But if you teach the kid the way they learn best,
Right.
whatever way that is, you can help the kid be all they can be.
And that's what you do. We actually have a call about the school walkout.
Okay, who do we got? Who's on the
Evan?
line?
Hi, I'm Evan. I go to a local school in Broward County called Nova Middle School, and we've been in a walkout since 10 a.m. And there's about maybe 300 students with us, and we are writing letters to NRA and the offices, the local offices, to tell them how we feel.
How do you feel? Tell me what's
Tell
going
us
on.
how you feel. Yes, let's get it on the air.
We all feel that that we shouldn't need the SWAT team, the police officers, the extra security at our school. We shouldn't need that, and they should fix that. They should fix the gun policies and everything that's causing this, because we don't feel safe at our school. We don't feel safe at the place that we should learn and we should be happy.
And understanding that Nova Middle is an incredible school. You're in a magnificent neighborhood. It is a high-quality school, just like Parkland. Right. And it's no place, not anyone should ever feel scared to go to school, but certainly not where you're located at Nova. I went to university school right there on the same campus.
Evan, I'm going to ask you to give your phone number or give my phone number to the board operator when we finish with you, and I'm going to extend an invitation to your 300 students to come up to the art gallery, and I'm going to stage something out
We'd like
here.
to put you guys on air.
And we'll put all 300 somehow on the air. We have a huge parking lot. It's an 11,000 square foot building. And let's keep the momentum going. Let's just keep it going. Let's keep talking about it. Bring them forward, and we'll work something out. How's that?
Evan, how long are you on the walkout? I thought it was only 17 minutes.
Yep.
It's been a few hours.
3 hours.
Yes, we have been on a walkout since 10 a.m. It was scheduled for 17 minutes.
And what happened?
It's been scheduled for 17 minutes. There was about maybe 1,000 students, 900 students here at our courtyard that we have here protesting, but about 300 students stayed, sat down, made moments of silence, made speeches, made all these special things to show how we feel.
Wow,
So
that's incredible.
They stayed. All right, listen, you got an open invite, my friend.
Do me a favor, Evan, stay on the phone. Give your phone number to our board op. His name is Joe, and then we can get back in touch with you. And our invitation stands to bring you or as many of your classmates up to our show, and let's keep your voices heard.
That's right.
Okay.
All
You
right.
want my number right now?
No, you're going to give it to the
I
board
don't want it on
operator.
air.
Joe
I
will
want you
give
to
it
give
to
it to the board op. He's going to get it from you. This
When do I
way.
give it to him?
As
In
soon
a
as-
second.
in
Just
just
hold
one
on.
second. Joe, will
Just
you
hold
get
on.
his number?
Okay.
Thank you, Evan.
Thanks, Evan, for giving us the call.
And again, you see, it's funny because the message, they don't want to leave. Did you see the picture?
Wait, Rashad has something to say.
Yeah, Rashad.
I want to say I'm very proud of the kids.
Me too.
And the reason why I'm proud of what they're doing is, well, number one, they're exercising their right, their God-given right. But the other reason why I'm really proud is because I think a lot of this had to stem from them being told what they wanted.
Right.
And from the very beginning, it was like, they don't want to be, they don't want to hear about guns. They just need time to heal. They need time to reflect. The students have dug their feet in and said, no, this is what we're bothered by.
Right.
And the thing I want to point out is I want to make sure nobody dismisses that, okay? Because adults have a way of dismissing kids. But I honestly believe to exact change in this particular situation, I think it's going to start from the kids.
Yes,
I
it
think
is gonna
they
start
are
from
going
the
to
kids.
be the
So last night, Mark and I drove home, and yes, our kids did go to Douglas High School, and it's very interesting because I also just came back from Boston, and everybody talks about Stoneman Douglas, and I turned to my son who graduated in '99, and I said, isn't it interesting that we used to also only refer to it as Douglas, but everywhere around the country, people would see my pin, and people would, oh my goodness, is everything okay? But on the way home last night, I said to Mark, can we stop by the Memorial Garden? And then when we drove by the high school, and exactly what you were saying is about the fact that the kids have made this sign, it's like now's not the time to talk about, and they crossed out not. These kids are really going to teach us about yes, now is the time. And honestly, it's about everything. It's about gun violence in Liberty City and inner city Chicago. It's about, they've
about
had
violence.
enough. They've had enough.
That's right.
And the other thing is that they have hope, and they don't.
And
They don't
again, it's
care about who they
117
are.
that we talk.
Well, the funny thing
Right.
is that you should not be afraid to go to school. Just like you shouldn't be afraid to go to the movies. Just like you shouldn't be afraid to take a plane. You should not be afraid. Everything around us, everybody says, live your life normally. When you look at Vegas, you look at these school killings, and there is nothing normal. This is broken, so it has to be fixed. Stop the bleeding somehow.
It's funny because, yes, go ahead. Right.
That's okay.
The truth of the matter is, now is the time, and these kids are going to take the ball and run with it. And I think it's one of our obligations as adults is to work with them, super support them, and make sure that we this time really do make the difference.
Well, you're working with kids all the time.
Right.
Yes.
You're working
So-
with young as well as the teens. What
Right.
are you seeing at 3D Learner when they're
Well,
coming in?
The interesting piece is that they're anxious about a lot of things, and sort of not just this, but they're also anxious about just plain learning that I'm supposed to learn like everybody else. And it's interesting. Thanks for the plug, because I was about to say, there's just so many things that we have to. We as adults, even certainly as educators, let alone as parents, we need to start listening to the kids about what they're saying about what they need. Because they can tell us, they know, they understand that they don't understand. If you know what I'm saying?
And there's so much. It's like an onion. It's peeling the layers of this
Yes.
anxiety. And first they feel they can't read right, or they're not understood, or they're bullied.
Right.
And now they're afraid to go to school. And you peel all these onion layers away, And by that time, their time is up at 3D Learner, or the school day is over, or it's homework time.
And then it starts all over again.
It starts all over, you can't even breathe. I can't even imagine
And parents
what you're
don't know
doing.
what
Do
to
you
do.
know, when I was coaching, kids used to talk to me and my coaches.
Right.
And we had to try to bring this information to parents. It was difficult for us as adults to talk to parents about, they used to give us the wave. Ah, don't worry about it. Don't do this and don't do that.
Yeah, it
But
was
they
hard
used to
when I
come
went to
to
school,
us because you couldn't play for me if you weren't pulling grades. That was just my rule. If you weren't doing well in school, then you should be focused on that before you come to play for me. That's the way it worked. And if you didn't have your name on the back of your jersey, it meant you were on borrowed time. You got a little time to fix this. That's the way we did it. Just the way we did it. But everybody wanted to play because they felt they mattered. Lives matter.
And that's the
People
key.
matter.
Is we need everyone
All
to feel
lives
that.
matter.
That's
That
right.
all
That's the
lives
important
matter.
message. So
But
let's
they
get it
also
together.
matter in the way that they learn best. Who's to say that somebody has that everybody learns the same way?
We're going to come back and talk about all the differences that 3D Learner works with. We just wanted to take these first few minutes to really appreciate all of the families and friends that are out there that have been affected. And thank you, Evan, from calling in from Nova Middle. I love that. And our invitation stands. We'll get your number from Joe. It's a wonderful Wednesday on the Brooklyn Cafe TV, and we will be right back.
Be right back.
By the way,
Want to make your smartphone brilliant? Want to make your smartphone
One tap
brilliant?
creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A
One
beauty
tap
cream and
creates a
makeup
virtual
enhancer.
wine fine
Wow.
tuner.
Look at your eye.
Another, a coffee
And
refiner.
still just a
a
tap.
beauty cream and makeup
A strength
enhancer.
and flexibility
Look at your
harmonizer.
eye.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
And still
This
just a tap.
is the Vitalizer.
Strength
In the
and
App Store on any
flexibility
smartphone,
Yeah,
a
definitely
simple
felt something
download that will embed specific
This
frequencies
is
and
the
vibrations
Vitalizer.
into your
In the App
phone's light
Store on any
photons and sound
smartphone,
waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste,
Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
hydration, absorption,
Feel silkier.
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow. Crazy.
Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant. Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant.
What is Debersize? With over 25 years of personal training experience and workout techniques, Deb Varsalone invites you to Debersize. Debersize comes to you from the privacy of your own home or group training facility. Debersize can meet your individual fitness needs, offering one-on-one, non-impact resistance training, post-surgical strengthening to higher level boot camp and weight training. Debersize will meet your personal fitness goals at any age. Contact 561-307-9283. Schedule an initial consultation and get ready for a stronger, healthier you. 561-307-9283. Ready, set, ride. Remember when you were a kid and riding a bike was pure fun? It's time to rediscover that carefree feeling again with a Pedigo electric bike. Pedigo is the #1 brand of electric bikes in America because with Pedigo, we put you and the customer service first. Pedigo electric bikes are universally fun for all ages. Choose to pedal for exercise or throttle for full assist. Give Pedigo Fort Lauderdale a call or stop in for a free bike ride. 954-652-1823. Come as you are and try a Pedigo today, where our motto is Hello Fun. 954-652-1823. Tell them the Brooklyn Cafe sent you. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Don and Freddy S.
Join Don and Freddy weekdays at 1
at the Brooklyn Cafe for all your fun.
And we're back on a wonderful Wednesday on the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Join our conversation. Thank you again for Nova Middle School for calling in. Our number is 888-565-1470. You can find us live streaming on Facebook and Periscope at the Brooklyn Cafe TV, 95.3 FM, 1470 AM. You know, all these kids could be listening to us on the radio right now. Or watching us at school.
That's right. Congratulations. You guys keep up the good work. And you know what? If they tell you you're doing something wrong, it means you're doing something right. That's what I used to tell my
world.
That's what I used to tell my kids when we were playing ball. They used to say, "Coach, if you give me the bunt sign, you don't give me the sign to bunt, can I bunt if I think I can get away with it?" That's absolutely.
If you get, well, I'm not if you can get away with it, but we're talking about 3D Learner. We've got Mira and Mark with us. We've got Seema from Naturally
You always
Seema.
got to play with the words. If you get away with it. The bottom line is, if you can make it to first base, you get away.
Well,
Not talking about.
Talking about.
Nah, you know what it is? We add too much juice to it. It's a baseball
Well, this
game.
is the conversation I had with my son when we were reading this essay. It was this whole blanket statement on civil rights and how the CEOs of these big non-for-profits are highly educated, the best of the best, the cream of the crop, and they're not always representative of the people who the organization is about. And I said to him, but this is a blanket statement. It doesn't say the NFL or the NBA, or we're talking about another non-for-profit that's really helping the indigent. And that's the difference.
I have
It's
to
a
have
blanket
CEO after
statement.
my name?
You have to
I give you
specify.
ABC. What letters
If you're
you
on
want?
first base, you can run to second if you can get away with it. If it's something bad, don't do it. You
Yeah,
can't
but
make a
hold on,
blanket
hold on,
statement.
hold on. It is a blanket statement because
Am I right?
in sports, like in business, you got to take chances. Sorry. Sorry to break the news to you, but it happens. In business, if you don't take chances, you're not going to do anything. I'm telling you right now, I've been doing this long enough. In sports, you got to take a chance. You can go first to third, you take it. Okay? You do a play. Look at the Eagles. What did they pull off in the Super Bowl? They took a chance. They
You know
took a
what
chance.
people don't realize is that 3D Learner helps the athletes.
Well, we help athletes, we help kids, have a chance, because part of the challenge is that they're told they can't.
But how do you help athletes? And then I want to back up to the three, because it makes sense. You help with reading, and you help with this amazing clay program, but how, Mark and Mira, are you helping the kids that are athletes?
Well, so kids that are athletes have found at least something that they're good at and that they like and that they're passionate about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they're passionate about it and they want to be able to succeed at that, and just as you said, you need to be able to make sure that the kids on your team were academically.
But Mira,
Sorry.
if a kid needs help,
right,
and he doesn't go to his parents, and he needs his parents to get the help, how do we get the parents to listen to the kid needs help?
Good question.
Come on, Mark.
Here's the interesting question. How do you get, so the question, if I have it right, is how do you get parents to listen if the kid needs help?
And the kid is telling the parent, look at my grades, look at my head, look at what's going on, I need some help.
Look why I'm having a meltdown.
One of the things about it is, if you look at one of the biggest problems we have, parents have invested significant amount of time, money, and effort without getting the desired result.
Correct.
And that's actually exactly where Mira and I were 22 years ago. Now, to come back to your question about athletics, one of the things that happens is the kids often want to improve their athletics because that's their passion. The parents often want to, or at least mom, wants to improve the kids' academics. What 3D Learner does that's fundamentally different than almost any other learning organization is we improve the academics, athletics, self-esteem, and self-advocacy skills, because when you're talking about baseball, which is where you were coaching, if you think about it, there are at least three things that are huge in baseball. One is timing. You got to, if you're supposed to hit the ball behind the runner with a man on first, you have to swing a little bit late. You have to be able to focus. We teach kids how to focus and how to get the timing exactly right.
And what it means to do that.
What it means to do that and how you can control that. It also means the kids that are able to pay attention in the classroom. He's able to pay attention on tests. Two, the kid's got to be able to see the ball correctly. A lot of athletes, it turns out, can see 20/20, meaning on a 20/20 chart can see, but when the ball's coming right at them, the ball's maybe a quarter or half an inch off from where they think it is.
Right.
We teach their eyes how to see correctly so that their brain is seeing exactly as it is. It also helps them read much better because they're able to track. Three, Anxiety is one of the things that's
Yes.
impacting
Oh my gosh.
everybody.
Right. Everybody.
That's the
in
big thing.
spades. And what people say to me is, they want to give my kid this concoction for ADD and this medication for anxiety, and then they want blah, 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 blah. What can you do? And I said, well, we actually do a whole combination of things. One, we use biofeedback, which the NASA astronauts used to be in control. So it teaches resilience, and it teaches kids how to be calm proactively. So when you get the attention right, you get the vision right, you get the ability to be calm and how to respond appropriately when something bad happens. How do you recover quickly? All of a sudden, you're a better student and a better athlete. So what the kids will often say to the parents is, I've got to wait. I want to get better. Dad, what can you do to help my baseball? And
You are doing more than just reading and writing. You're helping with anxiety.
Anxiety.
Right. Well, because
We're also helping with the dad who screams. Okay.
Do you know
The frustrated dad. Yeah, I know that frustrated
the
dad.
successful teams in the big markets like the Yankees and the New England Patriots, the reason that they are so successful besides good coaching is that they teach them how to deal with anxiety.
Right.
In a big stadium among 50, 60,000 people.
How to be able to tune out the loud
And still
cheers
play
or
the game.
jeers or the-
And still
exactly.
play the game. And think fully what you're supposed to do on every play. And anxiety is the evil of everything. It slows you down, fear takes over, and you
But
stop
think
learning.
think about a second grader or a third grader that's
Even bigger.
hearing, okay, even bigger, that's hearing
Yeah.
or watching other kids do what they can, and they're hearing their teachers going, you weren't listening, you weren't paying attention, and whatever that means to them. And if they just sit still, that they would be able to learn this. And the truth is that we need to be able to engage them. Right?
Well,
I mean, you didn't teach your kids how to play baseball by telling them what to do, and all of a sudden they went
But
out
sometimes the
until the
kids
action.
can't sit still because
Well, exactly.
we can't even sit still. When I rewatch our films, I am constantly moving. If I were in a classroom, they tell me to sit still. But when your brain is engaged and you're engaged and focused, it doesn't mean you're sitting still with your hands on your sitting on your hands.
Wait, sometime we'll do spelling, bouncing a ball, or having them jump on a trampoline.
it.
The
But
point
these are
really
some of the
is
things
our
you
body
do.
and mind has to work together.
But you also pick up, because you guys are pros in the field, you'll understand what things have to be done in order to accomplish the goal, yes?
Well, and we started this 20 years ago as parents of frustrated kids. I mean, we were
You
frustrated.
were part of us.
Mark, were
We
you
were
the
part of-
screaming dad?
I was darn good at it, too. I'm a fourth-generation screamer and a recovering screamaholic.
Well, let me ask you this.
Were
and
you a
this is not-
screaming mom? Were you a screaming mom? You?
Me?
Yeah.
I was a frustrated mom, but I want to ask Mira.
No, that's not the question. Were
Yeah,
you
not
a
so
screaming
much
mom?
scream. Well, probably. I mean, at least
Do
all the
moms
other
scream?
kids
Down,
scream.
we do in our own way.
Yes,
right?
Were you a screaming mom?
Well, I can't use my spatula here, so yeah, I'm a screaming.
Spatula. Reminds me of my mother with the slipper.
I'm going to move over
with,
here.
with the wooden spoon. But before you had 3D Learner, and you've
Right.
got this fourth generation screaming dad, you've got your kids at home, and here you are as a mom.
Right.
Trying to combat dad screaming, the kids crying, why is dad screaming at me?
Right.
You trying to get through the homework. The anxiety in the house, I feel it already. It's like me learning to ride a bike.
Right.
Because as mom, you're trying to do all
Well,
of
and
it.
I was listening to all the so-called professionals tell me how my kid learned, and I'm like, let me tell you something. And it wasn't until our daughter came to us and said, you know what, this isn't working. I'm like, duh, no wonder it's. And how many thousands of dollars and thousands of hours and different places that we had tried. And it's interesting because the parents that we're coming across in these last few months going, you know the different thing about, I mean, my kid loves to come to 3D. They've never loved to learn before. But the thing is that you guys are really different in the fact that you're really listening to my kid about what they need and what they don't need.
Yeah.
And the truth is, if you're going to drill something over and over and over again and you do it wrong, well, then that's what you learn, right? Is how to do it wrong.
And you don't think you're doing it wrong. As
No.
parents, we think we're doing the best we can for our kids.
No, we are doing, understand this. One of the things that happens when they come to 3D Learner, it's a whole paradigm shift. Okay? Because there's a couple aspects
I
of
had
it.
to look up what
One,
paradigm meant, by the way.
you don't, parents, I didn't understand my daughter learned differently. Okay? I knew she wasn't the same as my son, who was an easy student, a good student, and it came easily to him. But we didn't realize what could work for her. And one of the things we do with parents is we have them become aware their kid learns differently. And this is the same problem that Edison, Einstein, Disney, Schwab, and Branson have, or in Hawkins had, which is they're brilliant.
Right.
They're brilliant. They just learn differently. And if they're taught to their strengths, they all of a sudden are 6 inches taller day one.
We have some slides also I know we want to get to.
Right. But hold on, before we get there, I want to touch on a darker side of a conversation. Don't yell at me.
Okay.
That means I'm going to yell.
He's going to yell.
No,
you know,
yeah.
when kids feel frustrated,
Right.
because they can't get it, they can't learn for whatever the reason is, and they don't get help like what you guys offer, the consequences can now be deadly. True
Yes.
or not true?
Hello, yes.
Most of our jails are filled with 3D learner with attention and vision issues with high levels of frustration and no way to get help.
Okay, so isn't it sad? And again, I'm taking it down a dark path.
Don't
I'm
go
sorry.
down the path I think you're going.
I'm going.
Please.
I'm going.
I have Stephanie.
Oh, saved by the
No,
phone
hold
call.
on, Stephanie, we'll be right with you. Isn't it sad that the consequences that have happened recently now highlight that we have an issue?
Yes.
That before this happened, that issue was still there, and we sort of said, we'll get back to it. It's the same conversation we had last month, where I said, you know what, pick up the phone and give your kid a chance. And, you know, it makes me angry that people don't listen to that. That we have to have this craziness.
And one grandparent did that as a result of this show, and her kid is doing much, much, much better
And
today.
there you have
Actually,
it.
this is a parent on the phone, one of your students as well.
Awesome.
Hey, Stephanie.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Great. How are you?
I am good. So, Stephanie is the owner of Oh My Bod, one of my all-time favorite clothing stores. Okay, Kat is out of the bag.
She's moved. She moved from Atlantic. Where are you?
She's in West Delray.
I was in the wrong state.
And I was in there shopping. I had gotten a gift certificate for Hanukkah, and of course I tripled the gift certificate. But Stephanie's clothes are amazing. And we were talking like we always do when she was telling me about her daughter, and I said, oh my gosh, have you tried 3D Learner? So Stephanie, tell us your experience with 3D Learner.
Well, so far, we've been at 3D Learner only for about 3 weeks, but so far so good. It's been really, eye-opening that there are. My daughter actually has a lazy eye, and most of their attention in 3D Learner is with visual learning, and there's a lot of visual learners out there, and that's where my daughter struggles. So that alone is worth gold because they really know they have so many years of experience in that area with vision therapy, eye tracking, and things that parents wouldn't even think that could cause ADHD or other issues with their children.
Wow.
How old is your daughter?
So far, so good.
Wow, that's amazing.
Right.
How old is your daughter?
She's 8, and she is classified, I hate to classify, but, no one could really figure out exactly where on the spectrum she is. She definitely has ADHD, but she kind of has a little bit of everything. She has a little bit of Asperger's, a little bit of ODD, a little bit of OCD.
What other letters would you like to put by your name?
She has a lot of letters.
She's got a lot of letters, so maybe that'll turn into a PhD one day.
So actually, Stephanie, you're the one that I was about to quote about the fact of how that you were the one that put into my head about the fact that we've tried so many places, we're just different, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot of marketing from her.
I have been with a lot of different therapists, and they always just want to. They don't want to get to the root of the problem, and I've done so much research over the years. I'm not the mom in denial. And one of the problems that I see with the moms and dads and families, and rightly so, they have every right to not want to think anything is wrong with their child, but I'm one of the moms that stepped up, and my husband and I, we knew something was wrong, and we wanted to make a difference in our child's life. And guess what? Even if there was nothing wrong with her, she has extra therapies along the way. It's a lot of work, but in the long run, she'll be better for it in the end. And she's homeschooled. So,
right.
Pardon me?
And in your spare time, you homeschool her also.
In your spare time.
Yeah, in my spare time.
Well,
I really don't sleep, guys.
She doesn't sleep.
Yeah, I basically, I have several businesses, not just Oh My Bod. I have other things that I work on. I'm a business developer and working on several products.
Cool
Plus,
products.
I decided to homeschool my daughter because she just couldn't fit in the regular classroom. Her learning style does not fit. She was distracting. Everyone was distracted by her. She wouldn't sit in her seat, and I choose not to do medication with her right now. I don't know if that will change in the future, but as of now, I feel she's too young. So we're doing everything possible, and the 3D Learner is a new program, but I really very hopeful
Thanks,
with
Stephanie.
the outcomes, especially with the visual and the eye tracking and everything that she is going to be getting, all the different therapies that are combined.
Thanks so much for giving us a call. I
That's
really
cool.
appreciate it.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And you know what? Come on back. We want to hear about the product.
And bring your daughter.
And bring your daughter.
Product is cool.
Okay, I will. You guys have a great
We'll see
day.
you soon.
Excellent.
Thanks, you too.
You know,
Bye.
and applauds to her and congratulations. And she actually is making a difference, and she's giving her kid a chance.
She's one of those. One of the things people complain about the parents today, there are a lot of amazing parents out there. Almost every parent we meet is delighted to find out actually there's something right with their kid.
Right.
That's a fundamental difference with 3D Learner. And we look at it with professionals, okay, like Seema, is these are people who have an amazing ability to learn best when they see and experience things. Yes, they might have attention and vision issues, but when you capitalize on the strengths and address the challenges, the potential's unlimited.
Right.
Yeah.
And you get the kids engaged in what it is that they are actually really good at. It's really amazing.
It is.
What they can
And what a sense of accomplishment you must have when parents come in and they say, listen, I need some help. First of all, I used to remember that there was programs where people had to confess that they have an issue before they got the help. And here you have a mom that heard the deal, and she takes her to you, and quickly now she's getting the help that she needs, which is amazing.
I want to give out the number. So if you're listening in your car, on your computer, 561-361-7495. Check them out at 3dlearner.com. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to be right back. Hopefully, we're going to get to these slides. We'll be right back.
We will.
Want to make your smartphone brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
creates a virtual
Wow.
wine fine tuner.
Difference.
Another,
still
a coffee
just a tap.
refiner. A
A
beauty
strength
cream
and
and makeup
flexibility
enhancer.
harmonizer.
Yeah, definitely felt something different.
This
still
is the
just a
Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and
This
vibrations
is
into
the
your phone's
Vitalizer.
light
In the
photons
App
and
Store
sound
on any
waves.
smartphone, a
Calibrations
simple
designed
download
to
that will
affect
embed
taste.
specific frequencies and
one is
vibrations
better
into
than
your
the other
phone's
one,
light
for sure.
photons and sound
Hydration,
waves.
absorption,
Calibrations designed to
self-care,
affect taste.
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and
Hydration,
energy.
absorption,
Amazing.
self-care,
Crazy.
and perhaps most incredibly,
I'm
your
loving
strength,
it. Go to
flexibility, and energy.
www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant.
I'm loving it. Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant.
In a perfectly imperfect world, you can eat the foods you love, lose weight, and be healthy. But what if I told you you can do just that? In fact, your diet should be perfectly imperfect by eating the foods you love and still achieving your health and wellness goals. I take the guesswork out of nutrition by giving you my simple and effective strategies so that you can live the healthy and happy life you will love using real food to get real results. Schedule your nutrition consultation today at 888-84-TAMMY or visit my website, tammyfogarty.com. Don't delay, get healthy today. 888-84-TAMMY.
Liners. Designer liners will turn an everyday home item into the pinnacle of decor at an affordable price. Available in a variety of prints from polka dots, zigzags to paisley. Dare to dream bigger with custom designer liners for your charity fundraiser or a company logo. Reusable as basket decor liners or gift bags and made in the USA. Designer liners will enhance any home or office. Get yours today at designerliners.com or wastebaskets.com. That's designerliners with an S.com. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Don and Freddy S.
Join Don and Freddy weekdays at 1 at the Brooklyn Cafe for all your fun.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe on a wonderful Wednesday. Do you know what I haven't done in a long time?
I'm afraid
I have not really used my wish wand, and I always say wish wisely. And it's always about hope and wishing, so we definitely need to wish wisely. With 3D Learner, we've got Mira Mark with us. We have Seema. We have not even spoke with Seema, but Seema works with, she has this beautiful organic hair salon, but she helps kids that are going on job interviews and those that are less fortunate and can't afford hair and their makeup done, and those that want to present their best foot forward. She actually has volunteers and an amazing team that helps these students go forward into the next step.
And you're shooting a documentary. We didn't even mention this, right?
Yes, I want to have my own show someday.
Another one. Yeah, but right now you're shooting a documentary.
I am, yeah. I'm helping, actually, I was part of a show, and we're doing makeover for, people that have never worn makeup before or never seen themselves certain ways, so I was part of the show. But on the side, I do these kind of things. So once a week, I would take somebody, just, have never experienced that and seen them in a certain way. We bring them to the salon, we do their makeover, make them feel good, and that's what I want to do.
And it's important also,
Really empowering.
what I want you to go away with today is that, because you deal, hairdressers deal with everybody. You know everybody. I know people in my business who know you.
You know what happens in your hair salon stays in your hair salon. It's like Vegas. What happens between your hairdresser stays with your hairdresser.
But now you know people that have kids.
Right. I'm involved in this, like community big time. Like giving back is a big part of my, business. You could call it, or just this is something I like to do. So I'm involved with many different organizations that's within the city. So I get to meet exceptionally wonderful people that are involved with other things and giving back. So that's how I have my contact. I know everybody probably.
Exactly. But the bottom line is they know you differently, because when you work on people's bodies, their hair, their whatever, it's a personal touch, and they're going to tell you things about their kids and everything else. And this puts another candle, I'm going to use candle in your chessboard, because now you can say, something, if you need help.
Candle in your chessboard?
Yeah, because I usually say bullet in your gun, but I don't want to do that today.
Tool in a toolbox, candle in a chessboard?
Whatever, hammer in the toolbox.
Toolbox, right.
But the bottom line is, you can say, listen, I know an organization that can help your kids, and that moves it further along, and because people will trust that you know what you're talking about.
Hairdressers, like architects, like
CEOs.
Well, not so much. It's an interesting thing about CEOs, because CEOs ended up making somebody like Robbins, right, very wealthy, because they were really very logical, sequential learners, and they knew how an organization should run.
Right.
Tony Robbins runs was the beginning of this idea about thinking out of the box in a way, in a big way, in terms of public, right? And that CEOs, didn't sort of announce the fact that they didn't necessarily think out of the box.
Right.
But the point really is that we have all these kids today that do what I'm going to say, think out of the box. And of course, from my world, I'll say, what box? But if someone walked in, I'm sure she can visualize what my hair would look like straight. Been there, done that. So I've done that. So to go back and forth, he can visualize what he has with hair. But the truth is that the kinds of and I don't want to say jobs, but the kinds of careers we're training we need to be able to have for the future, we can't even fathom what they are.
Right.
But believe me, they are not necessarily about how to be able to break up and sound out words and just decode. So when you're talking about read, there are lots of ways to learn to read,
Right.
believe it or not. And if you do it with your hands, you'd be amazed at what happens.
All right, so Mark, let's get into this real quick because we got a few minutes left. Let's talk, get closer to your mic.
Okay.
Let's make sure that mic is working.
What slides do you want to put up?
How's it working?
It's working.
It's working.
And so let's do, how do we do
We've
this?
come to the time of year right now where parents are starting to be able, parents and grandparents, by the way, are starting to be able to get, right? Very beginning, here we go.
Go to
Are
the
starting
start.
to be able to get a little worried about the fact that, you know, here we go, that maybe their
Go
kids
ahead,
are
go.
likely to be able, to maybe be held back next year, or they're worried about the big break. I mean, everybody thinks, okay, I got to get through third grade, but fourth grade is a big leap. Fifth to sixth grade is a huge leap.
Huge.
Right?
Right.
Fifth to sixth grade, oh my God, just learning the lockers. Was
I had a hard time in second grade.
But the,
What you guys
but
are
the
talking
interesting thing is, when a child is, it's a leap for everybody, but for a child who's struggling in school and has attention issues and has anxiety issues,
And visual motor.
there are parents who are calling us every day now saying, I'm paranoid, I'm frozen, what do I do for my middle schooler? And we say, is get your middle schoolers the skills they need to succeed, and then you can choose whatever school you want for your child. Because everybody's racing to homeschooling or doing something else. And our job is to get a kid up to a new plateau where the parents can send them to the school that's right rather than looking for a safe refuge.
And I want to give the website as we go along. It's 3D, the number 3, the letter D, learner.com. You have an assessment on there as well. Number is 561-361-7495. And as we go through these slides, those who are listening and watching us, so we have the number going out.
Perfect.
All right, so how are we doing this?
Well, so here's the challenge, right? A lot of traditional programs, and I was one of those guilty ones. I hook on phonics, whatever. The part of the challenge is that it goes on repetition, that they think these kids can't learn unless they repeat it over and over and over again.
Okay.
These are kids that once you give them a Lego box, it's really impressive about what happens in terms of how fast they learn to use it. Okay, and I remember, and IKEA was one of these guys, right? Hey, this is the way it's supposed to be put together. But
I love
there
what
we
you
go,
talk
stop
about.
right
It's
there.
the spatial, it's everything coming together. It's moving your body and your mind at the same time.
All the way. Okay,
So it's not the repetition.
It's not. So traditional things, we talk about this, we found this picture about they got stuck in the mud. And I know maybe parents, and I was one of those, that felt good about the fact that, oh, I'm following what everybody else said and what research said. Well, not everybody, unfortunately, the education model has become very much like the medical model, right? And so, and there's good and there's bad about that, but not everybody can take aspirin and have the same sort of respect.
Right.
So sometimes we need to be able to look at a different way, and part of that is truly looking at the whole child. Like the kids that can't jump. Well, what does that mean? Or they can't
Sometimes
walk.
my brain, as you talk, gets so full because it's such an enormous concept. It is not your kid can't read. It is they have trouble reading, but then it's math, and then it's sports, and I go again, it's the bullying, it's their self-esteem, and it's the child as a whole. We can't just take out they're having a hard time
And
reading.
then they have the anxiety behavior pieces, and the
Rashad,
kids
can you do the
wonder
next
what.
one?
Okay. But it gets to the next question, which is the why. Some people talk, this is how I'm going to help your kid, this is what I'm going to do. We talk about why we're doing what we're doing. It's doing what we're doing because it helps the kid to be all they can be. Yes, the kid becomes a better reader, writer, does math better, feels better about himself, but the real key is these kids can be a lot of different things. We have two kids, one at MIT and one at Harvard today, whose parents were told to do another phonics-based program and do ADHD medication.
And go to a
And
special
she
school.
said, given those two choices, give me a better one. And
That's
the
a good
psychologist
response.
said 3D learner.
There you go.
Right.
So to us, it's really about how do you help
The next
parents and grandparents be informed, empowered, and proactive so they can make the difference.
Right.
And proactive is putting it all together. It's really,
right.
It's a whole family approach is what you're dealing
Oh,
with.
by the way,
And
we do
screaming
parent and
parents.
family training because
Well, you have
it
to.
has to be a mindset about what they can do. Language, we've had this discussion, I think, before, for those that have enjoyed. Words create pictures, which create an emotion. So when we tell our kid what not to do, they have that picture of the not touch the lamp, right? Versus tell me what it is you want me to do.
And by the way, they'll almost do whatever you tell them, whether it's good for them or not.
Right.
Well, words create pictures, and it brings me back to what SEMA does. It's It's what's inside of us that makes us beautiful, but often we don't look beyond what we see in the picture.
Well,
we don't
and how
see
we
what's in the
feel on
box.
the inside about
It's our
how we look in there.
self-esteem.
Well, you have to see it, you got to feel it, and then you have to hold
Well,
it.
look, here we are in this beautiful art gallery, right? And all of these amazing artists see things differently.
Yes.
All right.
All right, keep
And
going.
these are
Next
all
one.
visual learners
Right,
within the
so-
artist.
Okay.
So
The next one?
we have an assessment that we actually really look at lots of different things, and we've talked about this, about what your kids are good at, like how much smarter can they be than right now. You can go to the next one, and we also...
Next one?
Go, yeah, just, so what
It's,
we
well,
look-
it's not
what
that
we-
you want them to be smarter.
What we, yeah,
You want them...
So stop for a second. So what we want to be smarter, but if you just take a look at this slide that's up there right now, when we assess for how a kid learns differently, parents are amazed to learn that that's what's true.
Right.
When we do the interactive metronome that looks at how they pay attention and the kid loses focus after 90 seconds, the parents are astounded. But the one that moves both parents, grandparents, and professionals is this eye chart here. The graph on the left shows a person who reads really well.
Their eyes are perfectly teamed together to be able to go across
And then the
line.
right, it looks like a Facebook.
That's how I read.
It's reality.
I read like that.
It's reality, and 72% of the kids that walk into our office have a significant problem in this area. So if you learn differently, have an attention issue, and have a vision issue,
That's what you're looking
what
at.
do you think? What do you think the chances of you having an anxiety issue is?
It's going to be worse.
All right, tell me the ideal
That's you.
student that you're
You have
looking
no
for,
lines.
that you help.
Okay, so the ideal student is a smart kid. He's a lot smarter than present results would indicate. 2, kid's got an attention issue. Doesn't have to, but the kid's got an attention issue. Not necessarily hyper or impulsive, could be, but has difficulty paying attention to that, which is boring. 3, they might skip words and lines when reading. They're frustrated and anxious.
And they
but
can't always get out what it is that they really mean. It's like they
And
go around the barn.
they have parents who really want to make the difference. Okay? And what happens is, okay, when the parents call us, okay,
Keep going.
what we
Rashad.
do,
Right,
what we
good,
what
next
we
one.
do, what we very often do now is go on to is talk to them about their mindset. Can they really make the difference? And then we talk about what's called an our focus assessment. Because what happens is parents often sit there and go, I think my kid's a year behind grade level. And we in a very simple assessment that we make available to the Brooklyn Cafe, go back.
Tell them it's Brooklyn Cafe.
It's a Brooklyn Cafe
Cafe.
special.
All right,
The Brooklyn Cafe
put
special.
Put the
Okay.
camera on us because we're out of
Contact
time.
3dlearner.com.
The Brooklyn Cafe special, if you call 561-361-7495 and ask for the Brooklyn Cafe special, you get the focus assessment and a copy of our book, The 3D Learner.
I think we should do that every day. We should say that.
The Brooklyn Cafe
So give me
special.
the-
There's your special, Freddie.
got a
Contact
special.
3dlearner,
I finally got one today.
561-361-7495. The Freddie special at the
The
Brooklyn
Freddy
Cafe.
special at the Brooklyn Cafe. Come on, let's get educated. How's that?
Have a wonderful Wednesday, everyone. Be kind to each
Bye.
other. Again, all of you students that are marching,
Good job.
keep going.
Keep going. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't
Same
be
time,
late.
same place. Bye-bye.
Get it.
Does your child learn best when they see and experience information? Is your child smarter than indicated by test results? 3D Learner is an integrated learning program that helps identify your child's strengths and challenges. 3D Learner's individualized program for academic and athletic success will significantly improve reading comprehension, test scores, and self-esteem. Contact 3D Learner today for more information. Call 561-361-7495 to unlock your child's true potential. Visit us at 3dlearner.com or call 561-361-7495.
When was the last time you had a fun girls' night in?
had a fun
Have you
girls'
heard of
night in? Have you heard of Pure Romance? Pure Romance by Michelle Spears offers a fun-filled presentation of our product line, followed by a unique shopping experience that you and your girlfriends will not forget. Call me, Michelle Spears, at 561-572-1901 to reserve a date for your free shopping spree, to learn about income opportunities, or shop my website at pureromance.com/MICHELLESPEARS. And remember, bring pure romance back into your life.
orchestra, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge 11,000 square foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074. Ready, set, ride. Remember when you were a kid and riding a bike was pure fun? It's time to rediscover that carefree feeling again with a Pedigo electric bike. Pedigo is the #1 brand of electric bikes in America because with Pedigo, we put you and the customer service first. Pedigo electric bikes are universally fun for all ages. Choose to pedal for exercise or throttle for full assist. Give Pedigo Fort Lauderdale a call or stop in for a free bike ride. 954-652-1823. Come as you are and try a Pedigo today, where our motto is Hello Fun. 954-652-1823. Tell them the Brooklyn Cafe sent you.
Are you guys on Facebook? Me too. Oh, of course, I'm all over Facebook.
Well, that's about it for today, and even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 1 p.m. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S. will bring you more goodwill next time. Although today's show was live, you can follow the cafe on Facebook at Brooklyn Cafe. To rewatch every minute of the show, call 866-224-5422 to talk with Dawn and Freddy S. after the closing, or to leave an order for fun for the next show. Have a meaningful day. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored